Haven Protocol is looking to become the haven of freedom. It has had its ups and downs but recently published updates, making it one of the most important crypto projects. So what is Haven Protocol and why is it a big deal? Haven Protocol is an open source, community-led network of private digital assets. It provides a way for anyone to anonymously store their wealth. It also allows anyone anywhere to hold their money in a range of different asset classes. Virtually any asset can be added to the network, including precious metals, commodities and stocks, allowing diversification in complete privacy. Haven Protocol has a sort of rocky history that is mostly attributed to many of the top cryptocurrencies today. The project was announced on February 21st, 2018 by two anonymous developers on Bitcoin Talk. Haven Protocol was described as a fork of Monero that would make it possible to create coins that represent various assets, including stablecoins and precious metals. At the time, this was thought to be impossible to do on a private blockchain like Monero. This is because blockchains like Monero do not support tokenization like Ethereum. The alternative to tokenization, known as colored coins, requires a degree of transparency that is not available on private blockchains. The impossibility of the task at hand, in addition to the project having no private funding, no ICO, and only a small pre-mine, resulted in a lot of traction for Haven Protocol when it first launched. Unfortunately, the two anonymous developers soon realized that they could not accomplish what they had promised, so they dumped their pre-mine tokens on the market and abandoned the project at the end of 2018. On January 2019, a few core members of the Haven community took over the project. They believed that the two anonymous founders had tried in good faith to deliver what they had promised. This was supposedly revealed in the original code that the anonymous developers had left behind. The new team forked Haven Protocol's original code and turned it into an open source project. With the help of some of Monero's top developers, Haven Protocol's new developers succeeded in adding colored coins to the private blockchain in May 2020. Now this was a huge milestone for both projects. Haven Protocol's first synthetic assets, XUSD, went live in July 2020. Since that time, over 4.5 million XUSD has been minted. So what can Haven be used for right now? It is well known that Haven Protocol can be used for a variety of purposes following its mainnet launch in 2019, and this includes: number 1, storage. Haven Protocol lets anyone store value outside of the traditional banking system without giving up their privacy and autonomy. Only you can access and use your wealth as you see fit. Number 2, asset conversion. The Haven network includes a suite of private digital assets known as X assets. These assets cover major fiat currencies and high-profile commodities such as X Euro, X Gold, and X Silver. Anyone using the network can convert between all supported assets within their own digital vault. No counterparty, no third-party permissions required, no limit on liquidity. The third thing you can do with Haven Protocol is payments. Haven can be used for anything that does not require instant settlement and where privacy is desired. For example, e-commerce plugins for Haven offer a simple solution for any business to easily integrate Haven payments into their store. So what makes the Haven currency so special? The base currency for the Haven network is XHV. It is a proof of work cryptocurrency based on the crypto note protocol with a block time of 2 minutes. All transactions utilize Monero features to maintain your privacy. And currently there are roughly 29 million XHV in circulation and a total supply of 29 million tokens. Since XUSD and other X assets went live on the Haven network, the circulating supply of XHV has been fluctuating dynamically according to the market supply and demand. As people find utility in using XUSD and X assets, the token will need to be burned. It is important to keep in mind that the initial supply of every newly integrated X asset will always be 0. Therefore, a reduction in supply of XHV can be expected in the short term. But in some market cycles, the supply of XHV could be increased. The proof of work mining will always provide XHV liquidity and secure the Haven network. How do I exchange XHV for XUSD? Haven utilizes a unique mint and burn process to exchange the token for XUSD and vice versa. When you exchange XHV for XUSD, you burn the token for the equivalent value. 1 XUSD will always be worth $1 of XHV at the current market price. This process will always take place instantly inside your private Haven vault. Here's an example. You buy 200 XHV at $2 each. You then exchange those 200 tokens in your private Haven vault and receive 400 XUSD. How do I store my Haven tokens and my X assets? Your funds are stored in the digital vault called the Haven Vault. You can think of this as a private account that only you control. The Haven Vault is available for all major operating systems, including Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Here are the recent important updates on Haven protocol, starting from the first tokenomics update called Haven 1.0. July 2020 marked the beginning of the first private algo stablecoin after the successful launch of XUSD, using colored coins technology based on the Monero code. But before Haven 1.0 got off the ground properly, it was immediately attacked and manipulated by some bad actors with large holdings of XHV. This resulted in an immediate revision of Haven 1.0 with the following measures put in place. A 24-hour moving average for the XHV USD, a priority system with 4 different lock times and fees. 6-hour wait would give you 20% in fees, 24 hours 10%, 48 hours 5%, and 7 days would give you 0.2% in fees. It worked initially, especially during the uptrend where the protocol saw major deflation, but flaws in the system were soon exposed as the trend started reversing. This was worsened by the subsequent exploits that followed. In June 2021, there was some exploits that caused the Haven protocol to halt conversion and roll back the chain. This sparked the start of development for Haven 2.0. The process of rebuilding the conversion codebase took several months and was completed in November 2021. It was then audited by CyberStack, a company with skilled Monero developers. After the launch of Haven 2.0 and the restart of conversions, the protocol saw an increase in XHV supply as users who had previously moved their XHV to a different location. They now started to move it back to Haven at lower prices than before. The ever-increasing inflation of the XHV supply made the developers come up with another urgent update. This resulted in Haven 2.2. In the first quarter of 2022, the Haven developers were planning to do a fork to reduce the unlock time on any changes made during a conversion to the standard 10 blocks. The economics group was asked to come up with a temporary solution to address the rapid inflation of the XHV supply. The measures including changing the unlock times for XHV and XUSD, setting the conversion fees at 0.5% and eliminating the price differences between spot and moving average for XHV and XUSD conversions. Despite the successful implementation of the fork and tokenomics update, the inflation of the XHV supply persisted, and so comes the end of the bull run in 2022. The market experienced a downturn and the value of XHV decreased rapidly after reaching a peak of $8. The price fell below 50 cents and the attack on the protocol was expected to continue, as there was still over 15 million XUSD in circulation that could potentially create a death spiral for XHV. In order to prevent the death spiral from happening, and at the same time allow conversions for everyone, the developers needed to come up with another safe update called Haven 3.0. The following measures are being proposed for the tokenomics. A 21-day lock time for all XHV to XUSD and XUSD to XHV conversions. A minimum value balance requirement of 1 but no maximum value balance. A shoring cap per block and a 1.5% fee for all XHV to XUSD and XUSD to XHV conversions. A 1.5% fee will be charged, with 1.2% going to the government wallet and 0.3% going to miners. The unlock time for X assets conversions will remain at 48 hours. The value balance requirement will only apply on XHV to XUSD and vice versa. The Haven hard fork update is expected to go live on the 9th of January 2023. Now that's all for now. I'll keep on posting updates on Haven protocol and future projects. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.